Hi, everyone. My name is Austin Spiro. I am the Marketing and Public Relations Director for Fordham Theater, and I'm here with the Fordham Theater Performance Class of 2021. Round of applause. Yes, thank you so much for joining us. We are about 45 minutes away from presenting to you the showcase that all of our students have been working on all semester and just filmed last month in the White Box. Normally, we'd be coming to you from Kehoe Studio Theater on campus in New York City. If you don't know much about our program, we are a 4-year conservatory-style acting training program in New York City, right by Lincoln Center. Our acting track is headed by Matthew McGuire, and Stephanie Bubness is our managing director. The acting track is centered on Stanislavski's late work with physical actions. We also include voice work with Linklater and Fitzmaurice, and movement work in disciplines such as Alexander, Feldenkrais, and Butoh. Our actors learn by doing. We produce 4 main stage productions a year and about 16 studio productions throughout the year, 8 in each semester. And during their senior year, our seniors take part in a 2-semester course called Senior Audition. The first semester is taught by Judy Dennis, where students learn how to start their professional career. We look at scenes starting to get ready for the showcase that comes up in the spring, and learning about unions, contracts, auditions, etc. And then the second semester is actually about preparing for the showcase. Obviously, this semester was a little bit different. We shut down last year due to COVID-19, and were able to produce a showcase. I think that was one of the last days that New York City was open. So for this year, we had to figure out how to do something a little bit different. So I wanted to bring all of our seniors together to give them a chance to talk to all of you listening about how that process was. So I want to start opening it up to the seniors, and seniors, please introduce yourselves as you speak. Scene selection. What did you look for when you were looking for scenes? And what was the process even thinking about showcase? Is it going to happen this year? What is going to be my showcase?
I think personally, scene selection, I came a little bit later. I didn't find any till like the beginning of this year that I found my first scene that I was like, yeah. But it was a lot of struggling to, at first, I think I was really trying to be like, how am I gonna present myself? Like, it was such in a way that I was trying to seek how other people were gonna look at me rather than like, I like these aspects about myself. What scenes seem to highlight that? And so afterwards, after like a bunch of recommendations and then just trying to go through some favorite playwrights or like certain theaters that produce a lot of shows that I really admire, it started becoming much easier to like narrow down and find a scene that I thought fit how what I wanted to highlight about myself.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I definitely had a long process shuffling through lots and lots of plays and just trying to like throw anything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And then once I realized that we were open to also like film and television, once we found out that the showcase was going to be on camera, I think that really opened up a world of material for me, especially as like anyone who knows me knows that I'm a movie person. That's what I love. And I think when we found out that we could reach into those areas, I just went towards material films that I really loved. And I was just watching lots of stuff and then kind of stumbled upon my 2 scenes and kind of serendipitous, exciting, where I was just like, I don't have to limit myself to this one world, this one aspect of the career and this industry. And it was really exciting.
In some ways, I think the process was really similar to how it's been in the past, in that we were all constantly sharing material with one another. And from the get-go, the main encouragement was find material that you love, because if you love it and you're passionate about it, that's going to show through while you're doing the work. I know I also was looking for material that's from writers who are working now, writers who are working currently, writers who are like the new voices of this generation of theater, film, and TV. which I know is why Chloe and I ended up going with Ruby Ray Spiegel and Dry Land, and then Kenneth Lonergan with Ryan. We were all looking for writers that felt very vibrant and felt very, as Matthew would say, part of the current zeitgeist of work, but also stuff that we were extremely passionate about.
I know I pretty early on found a scene that I fell in love with, and for XYZ reason, we ended up abandoning it. But by the end of the first semester, as the second semester was approaching, I just had this moment where I was like, you know what? This is the scene I need to do. And I, made sure that it was in, and it ended up being, one of the most fun scenes that I've ever done. So I'm really glad that, we were encouraged to really showcase what we loved and what we were passionate about. So that was a great part of our showcase experience.
Yeah, and also like if we didn't have a scene that necessarily suited us or our style, we could definitely suggest it to our fellow actors. And it was actually a really fun process because I think that it helped us bond a lot.
And then
everyone helped me. Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
Everyone was sending things to me, or I would send things to other people. It was really fun and collaborative. If I found a scene from a film or TV show that I was like, I can't do that, but someone else might be able to, you just send it to you. It was really fun and supportive process. And I mean, even with Alexis, Scheer, our dear dead drug lord, people were sending me that this summer. They were like, Lily, you have to look at this. And I was like, I'm on it. Someone find it. And Jordana was the one who found it. So it was just a lot of helping each other out. And that was the best part of this class, really stuck together. Go ahead.
I completely agree. I think that the support of the class was kind of what helped me personally feel less overwhelmed about finding two scenes that I would have to stick with for or we all would have to stick with for the remainder of this senior audition class and for showcase, because it's such an extraneous task trying to find things that are modern, that reflect the forms of theater and film that are being portrayed today, but also trying to find things that show your strengths. But I mean, to go back to what Steph said, and we all know what scene that is, and she knocks it out of the scenes so much as everyone else does in this showcase as well. So just basically finding things that, as hallmarky and as cliche as it sounds, sung to us and reached out to us, that's what really guided my personal choice in the end. And I'm sure everyone else did as well.
Right, and to go off of that, it really was a very intricate process as well. We all did take the time to go through each scene, study each scene, and also cut each scene, certain aspects of it to really kind of make it fit what we also wanted to portray as well. So that was something I think that was really interesting and unique about this process, is that we were all able to work together on cutting down the work, making it the appropriate length, as well as being able to just showcase what we're really, really passionate about.
And I think we all got, oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go.
I think we all got really good as the year went on. We got better at doing this, not only from 4 years of working together, but as we kind of figured out what the shape of our showcase was going to be and the medium that it was going to be, we all got really good. Like Johnny was saying, we would perform these scenes in class, and sometimes it was a matter of, you're really good in this, but it doesn't showcase you well, or this is very similar to your other scenes, and you would pass it off to another person, or scene partners would exchange and that kind of thing. So not only knowing each other, but we got really good at picking out, the right cut of the scene, or what the, most important part of the scene to show it was, so that it was equal for both people. I think we kind of became pros at this by the end of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a jigsaw puzzle. We kept calling it a mixtape, creating the mixtape for our class. Not only the scenes we wanted to do and how we wanted to show ourselves, but what do we want to represent with this class and with the scene work that we are presenting. And at the very end, David and I were the only ones left and needed very different things. I was like, I want this type of scene. He's like, I want this type of scene. And somehow, because we have worked together for 4 years and we trust each other, we found the perfect thing that we both needed in this giant mixtape jigsaw puzzle that it was.
So once you put together this giant jigsaw puzzle, what was it like to actually come back to campus? You've been on Zoom, like rehearsing these scenes with each other, and then you actually got to be together and film them together in the white box. What was that like?
I cried. I walked onto campus. I kid you not. I had this moment where I was walking towards Kehoe. That's one of our performance spaces, and it just like tears like just came out of me like nobody's business. Because you take for granted all those little moments of us, lugging our boxes around, lugging all of our costumes, lugging the lights, and that community is so much in the air at Fordham that it just like it was so palpable, and of course it was wonderful being able to act with another person, another human, and feeling their energy in the space was just like, oh, it was like the best moment of my Fordham career was coming back and filming the showcase.
I think Ryan and I must have looked at each other and said, "This is crazy," about 30 to 40, maybe 50 times. It was between takes, we just look at each other and start laughing because we were so excited to be there, and we were so excited to be with one another and to be sharing the space. And one group would be going in as another was coming out, and we go, "Hi, oh my gosh, hello, how are you?" It was this beautiful reunion, and it was made even more exciting by the fact that we were all doing what we loved, but we were finally getting to do it physically together. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. And the crew that we had, oh my gosh, they were absolutely incredible. And they just made everything run so smoothly. They made everyone so comfortable. It felt so safe. We could not have done it without them.
It was so crazy. Like, I think the first rehearsal we had in the space was the 1-year anniversary of the last time I was on campus. So I was just walking around looking at things in the lobby being like, haven't seen that in a year, haven't seen that in a year, haven't seen you in a year. Like, just doing that for like the full hour and a half that I was there the first day for a rehearsal. And it was just any stress about like how this is going to turn out, or like how are we going to work, like get this in this short time, just like melted away, because it was just pure joy of seeing everybody, of being able to create in the space with one another. And I hope it reflects in the in the scenes, because it truly was. I was just smiling ear to ear the whole time I was in the room.
We were all giddy. Like, even when you asked that question, Austin, everyone's face on here was like, oh my God. Like, it was exhilarating, honestly. Like, Parker and I were using pillows as each other for rehearsing part of our scene on Zoom. So we'd literally like have the screen here and like not be looking at each other and like have a pillow and be acting to our pillow. It was so bizarre. But when we got in the room and there was a real human there, and a human that, we were in our first acting class together, like at Fordham, it was insane. It felt like a dream.
Yeah, it was great. All these feelings of, sentiment and nostalgia. And it was also just made all the better by the fact that in the Fordham spirit, it was achieved through community and through like a sense of cooperation and people coming together. And that's what Fordham's always been about to me. So that was a really great note to end on.
Yeah, I think it's really important that people understand that without all of you, this showcase literally would not have happened. That through all of you together figuring out like the best way to make this work, we were able to put a showcase together, which is, I agree, Parker, that really speaks like the Fordham spirit. And also super special shout out to Emma McSherry and Isabella Malfi, who are our incredible student producers and work tirelessly to put, everyone's like, so like the cheers, you can see like these two really worked so tirelessly to put this showcase together, and we are so grateful. So I'm going to open the chat up. If anyone has any questions in the chat that they want to ask our seniors, the performance class of 2021. And a question that I have for all of you is, what advice would you give to the underclassmen as they prepare for Showcase? Something that you learned that you found surprising or particularly enlightening that you would say, like, hey, get started on this now, or don't expect this.
I definitely think a great piece of advice would be just to keep reading new plays. It's pretty much like a study of when you're, just chilling on your laptop watching Netflix, really be thinking about, oh, can I imagine myself in this world of this type of show or this movie or this type of particular playwright's play. It's just definitely a studying process and really just getting new material in your system and seeing where you think that you will thrive the most.
In the first semester of our senior audition class, Judy had us create a dream board, and that was, I mean, it's something I always thought about. So like categories like, worlds we can live in, and actors we emulate, and people we admire, shows we love to watch, anything like that. Like writing that on paper and like seeing it in front of us was so helpful when looking for work. It's like, oh, I love this actor. I love the work they've done. Let me dive into the work they've done and what theaters they interned at when they were in college and what did they do that year. Just like all that kind of, it's never too early to dive into that kind of work.
I think it's also about trusting the process. You've made it here, you're in Showcase. It's time for you to let yourself do what you love. And I think that for me, it was very frustrating to find playwrights, and I was very frustrated in the process, of course, with the pandemic and the world ending and everything. But I'm very grateful because I feel that like through reading a lot of plays of playwrights that I'm interested of watching movies that I'm interested in, even movies that I didn't like, I think I was just able to know what I wanted to do. And I think a lot of people are scared because you enter at the senior showcase without knowing what you're gonna do, what play you're gonna pick. It's overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. But I feel that like if you let yourself, take a breath and realize that like this is a process and that you are gonna find a scene and that you are gonna find the perfect scene partner and that you're not alone, then you're gonna have a wonderful year.
I would say too that like when
Brandon,
you're
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just going to say when you're like submitting material to Judy or the director of Showcase, think about, I felt like for a long time I was lugging around scenes that I felt like I should be doing and not ones that I actually wanted to do, as simple as that may sound. Make sure you ask yourself, am I going to have fun doing this? Am I going to enjoy doing this? And not the idea of what you should be doing.
Yeah, to go off of that, you're going to be doing it for a while. So just remember that. Yeah, you got to find somebody and trust the person you're with and trust the material that you're working on, that it's going to showcase you to the best of your ability. And also just like remember that this is what you love to do. Like the amount of times, I'm sure that everyone has gone through it here, but the amount of times that you're gonna face like hardships in your career, just embrace like the training you're getting here and the relationships you're building, and just like the love that you can spread to everybody in the program, and respect everybody, I'd say too. But just bring all of that into the work that you do for Showcase, and it's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
My advice would be to go into the first semester ready to ask questions. I found that first semester to be the most valuable, I think, in my entire career, because it answered so many of the questions I had about this industry, about what the union looked like, how that operated, how did healthcare work, how, all these different things that had kind of been burdens on my mind about actually going forward almost as a business person in this industry. And there's just a sense of relief knowing that I have met people who have succeeded and who know what they are talking about and who are there to help. He is such a valuable resource, and I have no idea where any of us would be without
her expertise and her guidance that first semester. She's just so fantastic.
Yeah, I also think, oh, sorry, Olivia, go ahead.
Go ahead, Raiff.
I think you should divorce yourself from expectations and move with the wind. It's going to be a long, winding road. And I think if you are so hung up on what you think Showcase might be and like what it should be, then I don't think you're ever going to get to a point where you're just relaxing into the work and the fact that this is a job. Also, it's not always going to be the most fun thing in the world. It's not always going to be consistently exciting in the real world, and it's always going to be something that you have to light your own fire sometimes. And when you're tired and done and you've read every play in the world that you think you've read, I guarantee there's one more, and you just have to I don't know, just it's a game of how much can I make myself work and how motivated can I make myself be? Because ultimately your showcase is what you make of it. Your 2 scenes are the scenes that you want to do. And if you, I guess just I already said everything I want to say. Just be open.
And this year is the perfect example of releasing any expectations that you have of what you think Showcase might be. All you have is the work that you love to do. And I think that's really what made this showcase so special. And I'm so excited for everyone to see it. Here's a question from the audience. What's something from the senior audition class that you'll bring with you into your post-academic careers?
I think just bringing just having the freedom to just be yourself, as well as it's a great thing to bring. Something that was really emphasized by our director of Showcase, James, was that it's okay to give yourself freedom to be yourself, bringing yourself into a scene. Bring certain aspects and elements of your life into a scene and bring that scene to life with you just being a part of a bigger picture of you are a part of that process and the importance of really just believing in yourself and loving yourself. I think that's definitely the greatest thing that I took from this class, especially.
I think something that I took from this class is first inspiration, because everybody here is so ridiculously talented. And I think that another thing that I would take, I think have an open mind and an open heart, not judge people. I know that we always judge, everybody judges and stuff. But I think that just, being open to listening to my partner, listening to being open to making relationships and not getting scared when somebody just jumps into my life so quickly. Yeah.
One thing I really took away is that this career path that we've all chosen is a long one, and it's not easy, and it requires a lot of passion, a lot of compassion, a lot of patience, and a lot of really, really hard work. I think just to go back to the last question, if I could give any advice to future classes, it's that, and you reminded me of this morning, Austin, and it's something that I'm gonna have to remind myself every day following this showcase premiere. This is just one breath in a collection of a lot of breaths that are going to come with this career. Showcase isn't the be-all, end-all of your life as an artist, and it's just important that you do it with the passion that you have, but it's not everything, and you are your own artist, and this is just one way that you can show the world all that you've got to offer. But that this is going to be a long career for all of us, and it's going to be fruitful, and it's going to be hard, and that was a big thing that I took away.
And I would say too, something Judy said in one of our first classes was reminding us how lucky we are to even be able to be doing this. And I think sometimes when you get so in it, you can forget how lucky we are to get to do the thing that we like to do and how gratifying it is being around people as kind as the people in this community.
I think it was the first day of class or maybe a meeting over the summer, because for those of you going into this process, you start before you can start now if you want, and why not go read a play tomorrow and see if you like something. But it was the first day of class or a meeting that Judy was like, why are you guys still here? because I mean, with all of this going on, why not take a break? Why not like find some better use for your time? But we all chose to stay and like do whatever this process was going to be without knowing what it was going to be then. And I think like that mentality, and just like we learned like we don't know what's happening next, but we'll stay, we'll play, we'll do whatever it takes to like make this a really great experience and like make something out of it. So just like know that you've gotten this far, and I guess this is advice too, like you've gotten this far, keep the momentum going, like don't give up now. You've already done a lot of the hard work, and the fact that you're still committed to this career at this point in your college career is like that's saying something about your commitment to doing this as a lifestyle, a career.
Something great too about the senior showcase experience is it prepares our students for a lot of pathways after graduation. I know a lot of students had experiences making decisions about whether or not they wanted to pursue grad school after college. Does anyone who went through that experience want to like speak briefly about their decision to apply for grad school, and then if they have any updates about that experience?
Yeah, I think when halfway through the summer, seeing that, okay, we're gonna be in this situation for a while, so I had to do a lot of rethinking about like what my goals were and for like the next year or however long. And I have always considered continuing in graduate training after my time here, but I think taking this time to myself and then going through this process, seeing how much more digging I wanted to do in my own personal growth, I think in an institution, I just wanted to explore that a little more. Of course, even that was like teetering because a lot of schools weren't accepting applications this year, to take care of students that they already have, or just for certain reasons. So it was a pretty limited pool that I even looked at. So I was, going through it being like, well, if this doesn't work out, start making a different plan. But thankfully, as of like 2 weeks ago, we're finally, confirmed that I'm going to be able to continue in grad school. So I think.
Where, David? Where?
Going to NYU for grad acting along with Brandon, which is really, really exciting. We get to keep a Fordham classmate with me. But yeah, just taking that time during this period of isolation and realizing how much deeper I wanted to go into my craft and me as a person and what I want to bring into this, into this business that's transforming now, but how I can further transform it.
Yeah, to go off of what David said, the two NYU boys over here are killing it. I also was having a bit of I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do come graduation this year for Fordham. Especially during the pandemic, I felt like, actually not just the pandemic, but also as a transfer student, I felt like some of the amazing classes that Fordham offers, I unfortunately would not have been able to take in order to graduate in the time that I'm able to luckily graduate with this beautiful class. But for me, one thing I really wanted to learn how to do more of was strengthen my classical muscle a bit more and learn about heightened text. And for me, that was a big component of what I wanted to look into. And I've recently been getting inspired by a lot of performances on the Globe and stuff like that. I just ordered a collective of different filmed recordings of different Shakespeare shows from the Globe. I've become such a nerd. I applied to a couple schools in the States, and then I decided to pursue internationally. And that's partially to do with the fact that I didn't want to pay for air flight overseas. And this is probably the only opportunity I would have to not do that. but also to just throw my name in the hat and see what would stick to the wall. And luckily, I'm pursuing my master's in classical acting at Lambda, London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art in the UK. And I'll say right now, I could not have done it without the incredible training that Fordham offers. And for those of you who are listening, if you're considering going to grad school, you are in amazing hands here at Fordham. Whether you choose to do it, your senior year, or if you choose to pursue it later in life, the training that you have at Fordham, it'll guide you to a career that you're going to have an incredible journey with if you just decide to go out and work, or if you want to decide to do grad school later on in life, it's giving you all the tools. So, yeah.
Brandon, David, Johnny, we're all so proud of you. We're so excited. Yes. One last question from the audience, and then we are going to screen Fordham Theater Performance Showcase 2021. So excited. This question is, what was it like working with the stage technicians and designers for the filming of the showcase?
They are absolutely, it was just the most, I think there was a real sense when you walked into the room that you were held, that you were really in good hands, and that you didn't really have to worry about that stuff. And, it was very much a feeling where when you walked in, everyone was there to support you in your work while also doing their own jobs well. And it was just, it was nice to have some kind of like back and forth with them as well, where you had some kind of like immediate feedback where they would I had a moment where I was feeling a little insecure and I was like, oh God, what was that take? That was weird. And then they were like, no, you're good, you're fine. And I was like, oh, there's other bodies here. People can see what I'm doing and it's informing their work and their work is informing mine. It was just, yeah, they are the best, especially, I just want to shout out one more time, Emma and Isabella. This would not have happened without you, and any class in the universe would be so lucky to have such incredible champions who lift us up, and they are genuinely the reason that any of this would have happened. And if we didn't have them on this team, we wouldn't be sitting on this Zoom. And just so grateful to everyone who was with us that day. So grateful.
Fantastic. Okay, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break. And then when we come back, we are going to screen the showcase. The chat will be open for all of you to show your support. Our seniors will be listening and watching. This is the first time that they are seeing it too. So we are super, super, super excited. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a reflection of 4 years of training that we are just really excited to share with all of you. And thank you to everyone, Matthew, Stephanie, James, everyone, Judy, who made it happen. So thank you so much. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break and we will see you back for the showcase.
really sounds like you're doing great. I'm really happy that you're...
Yeah, well...
Really?
Look at you, you're gonna be the new spokesmodel for SPEEDO!
Yeah?
Why did you call me here?
I just...
I'm sitting here trying to figure it out, something you're not saying. What do you want from me?
Nothing.
I know you want something.
Really?
I don't buy it.
I missed you.
Missed. You.
Missed you. I miss you, Lydia.
All of a sudden?
You dumped me.
You weren't curious how I was doing?
You told me never to call you.
You don't miss me. You move on. You get over things, wash over you, just slide on by. And I think that's good. We've both moved on.
No, but
and
I haven't moved on. You're all I think about. You're just so good at being in the world, and I'm not so good at being in the world.
I don't want to take care of you.
No, that's not what I meant.
That's what you meant, I can tell.
No, I'll take care of you. All I have to do is get that SPEEDO deal and get that money, and, but you are the only one that I think about. I mean, even when I'm with other girls, I close my eyes and I think about you.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
All the time.
Okay.
Like 15 times a day.
Wait, hold on. How much are you taking?
What?
The stuff.
I don't know.
You're taking more, aren't you?
No, not really.
You put so much testosterone in your body. You're in this constant state of horniness. Oh, honey, you don't want me. It's just chemical, believe me.
No, that's not
Just so you know, I don't have any of the stuff. Literally, the only drugs I have in my apartment are 3 doses of medicine for my cat who is sick.
Oh, Colonel Fosman?
Yeah.
How is he?
He's sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I need the stuff, okay? And tomorrow I need the stuff to qualify, okay? But it isn't like what you think. See, I had this whole big plan. I was gonna win the Olympics, and I was gonna be on TV, and I was gonna pull out a ring, and I was gonna say, Lydia, will you marry me?
Ray, I don't.
Now, this isn't how I planned it. How I planned it, it was supposed to be much more
Ray,
impressive.
I really
but
don't, Ray. No.
I think that we should.
Ray, I don't. I really don't think that.
I can't take no for an answer.
Celebrating?
No, I just like champagne.
That's festive.
What?
Festive.
Do you want some?
Sure.
I'm done. You can take the rest with you.
Oh, no, thanks.
Take it. I'm done.
No, I shouldn't. I'm driving. Well, I can let myself out.
Good.
When should I come back?
Come back?
Yeah, I am nowhere near finished.
How much longer do you need?
Another week, at least.
Are you joking?
No, do you know how much stuff there is?
A week?
Someone needs to go through your dad's paper.
There's nothing up there. It's garbage.
There are 103 notebooks.
He was a graphomaniac, Harold. Do you know what that is?
I know. He wrote compulsively.
There's no connection between the ideas. There's no ideas. It's like a monkey at a typewriter. 103 notebooks full of bullshit.
When your dad was younger than both of us, he made major contributions to 3 fields: game theory, algebraic geometry, and nonlinear operator theory. Most of us never get our heads around one. He basically invented the mathematical techniques for studying rational behavior, and he gave astrophysicists plenty to work over too. Okay?
Don't lecture me.
I'm not. I'm telling you that if I came up with 1/10 of the shit your dad produced, I could write my own ticket into any math department in the country.
Give me your backpack.
What?
Give me your backpack.
Why?
I want to look inside it.
What?
Open it and give it to me.
Oh, come on.
You're not taking anything out of this house.
I wouldn't do that.
You're hoping to find something upstairs you can publish?
Sure.
And then you can write your own ticket.
What? No, it would be under your dad's name. It would be for your dad.
I don't believe you. I know you have a notebook in that backpack.
What are you talking
Give it to me.
I think you're being a little bit paranoid.
Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean there isn't something in that backpack.
You just said yourself there's nothing up there, didn't you? Didn't you say that?
Yes.
So what would I take? Right?
You're right.
Thank you.
So you don't have to come back.
Please. Someone should know for sure whether there was...
I lived with him. I spent my life with him. After my mother died, it was just me here. He kept demanding more and more books. I took them out of the library by the carload. We had hundreds upstairs. And then I realized he wasn't reading. He believed aliens were sending him messages through the Dewey Decimal numbers on the library books. He was trying to work out the code.
Where have you been, Terry?
Yeah, I know. I haven't been.
I got a postcard from you from Alaska,
Yeah, I was up there for a while.
but that was in the fall, Terry.
Yeah, I know. I've been out of touch.
I was a little worried. I mean,
Yeah, I kind of been all over the place. You know, I was in Florida for a while. I was doing some work in Orlando. Yeah, I've been all over the place.
Well, I just wish you would have let me know you were okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had been so long.
Are you gonna stay in town for a while?
I mean, I don't know. I kind of got all these things I got to do back in Worcester, so...
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm probably only going to be in town like a day or so.
Oh. Well, that's all right.
I kind of have to confess to you, Sammy. I mean, just that the reason you may not have heard from me in a little while was just... I mean, just on account of the fact that I was kind of unable to write. Just because I was in jail for a little while.
You were what?
I did a little time, I guess. You know, it's in Florida. It was just for some
What?
bullshit. It wasn't even that big of a deal. It was kind of just...
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Does it occur to you that maybe I was wronged?
No!
Well, could I please just try and explain? Would you
God!
please just let
What
me...
happened?
I got into a fight in a bar down in Florida, which I was not the one who instigated it at all, but... And I didn't write you because I didn't want you to get all upset about it, and I'm sorry, that was stupid. I really didn't mean to make you worry, but you know what? I can't run around all the time doing stuff or not doing stuff because it's gonna make you worry.
Hey, you don't write me for 6 months. I have no idea where you are.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you're alive or dead.
I'm
And you
sorry.
show up out of nowhere and you tell me you were in jail?
I am sorry. I am sorry. I am really, really sorry, Sammy.
What do you need? Money?
I mean, look. Do you even want me to visit anymore? Because I can just catch the bus at 5 if that's what you want.
Well, of course I want you to visit, you idiot. I've been looking forward to seeing you more than anything. I told everyone I know that you were coming home. I cleaned the whole fucking house so it would look nice for you. I thought you were at least going to stay for a little while. It didn't occur to me that you were just broke again. I wish you would have just sent me an invoice.
Alyssa? What are we going to do? Are we still going to Dad's?
We should probably eat something.
Alyssa had started being weird with me. It was a present from my dad. The knife.
What's it for?
Hunting.
Yeah, because that's a really big thing where we're from, isn't it? Who carries a hunting knife around with them, James?
I realized that she was scared of me. That felt kind of unfair. I'd been her protector. I decided to put on a calmer, more relaxed demeanor to reassure Alyssa.
There's definitely something wrong with him.
You okay?
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah?
It didn't work. What's the matter?
What's the matter? The matter, James, is that last night you fucking murdered someone. And every time I try and close my eyes and think about anything else, all I can see is his face and his neck and you stabbing him.
Thank you. Do you want mustard too?
On fries?
Some people like it.
Alyssa. I don't want to hold your hand. I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh.
Jesus Christ! Are you okay?
What?
Why didn't you answer my calls?
What the hell is wrong with you?
I thought something was wrong with you. You didn't answer any of my calls.
It's 4 in the fucking morning. So you stalked me home?
Wait, really stalking? That's kind of strong word for it.
You fucking followed me home.
And now I know you're safe. After you told me about the night you had, I had to make sure you were okay. I'm sorry. I guess that's kind of creepy.
No, it's so creepy as hell, but thanks. So did you need something?
Well, tonight,
Yes.
I asked you to dance.
Yes.
We danced.
Yes.
Made out.
You've got a great memory, you know that?
And out of nowhere, you said it.
Said what exactly?
I love you.
You lying.
No, you absolutely said that.
Seriously?
Okay, look, I know you just met me, but this truly isn't how I spend my Friday nights climbing up balconies all pressed. So yes, you said it.
Okay.
You said you love me. But what is it that you love is all I'm trying to say.
I don't know. You're a nice dude.
What else do you love about me?
I love the way that you dance.
That's cool. But that's just an attribute. It's not fully me. So many parts gotta comprise that. So I guess that's one component. That's acceptable.
I'm glad that's acceptable for you.
Anything else?
Jesus Christ.
Like what little things do you know about me? You're supposed to know these things before you say something like that.
No.
What do you mean no?
Look, in the moment, right? We were dancing, kissing. It was romantic, okay? So I said it. I love you. Whatever. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
I only meant that in the moment with you, I was happy. It felt like the right kind of thing to say, so I said it.
So you used me.
Please.
Why would you do that to me?
I was sad, okay? Just quit grilling me.
You are so fucking mean.
I think it's time for you to leave.
Fine.
Bye.
Wait,
What?
can I crash here?
No.
I got an idea.
What?
Okay, hear me out. Don't laugh. I put some thought into this, and I think, okay, you know how we've been a little stressed, right? Generally, I don't need to mention. We've been a little stressed. Money, the kids, right? And tired a lot. And I think,
What is it?
honey, I think we should sell the kids.
I love you.
I'm not joking.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Let's sell him. How much?
Sorry.
How much we asking for? Maybe we can get a new fridge.
Are you serious?
That'd be exciting, right?
Stacy.
Brand new fridge.
Are you serious?
No. Brian, of course not. People don't just sell their kids. Nice thought, though.
Right, yeah. Only what if we could?
What if we could, what, sell our kids?
Mm-hmm. Because I have this friend Marco. You remember Marco. And he has connections. He knows people, right?
Oh my god.
And I was talking with Marco about it, and he says people do it all the time. So if you're worried that it's like a big deal or whatever, it's not. It's really not. Because, let's face facts. Maggie she's a failure, right?
She's in kindergarten.
You called her a failure.
When?
Just the other day.
I was upset.
Yeah, well, she is. And Curtis he's slow, Stace. He's slow.
He can't spell right.
You don't need to tell me.
No, I'm just saying he hasn't learned to spell right. Maybe he has dyslexia. I don't know. Maybe he has a problem.
He has a problem. He's fucking stupid.
Brian.
Stacy. I'm sorry. But honestly, I want more for us.
Sometimes, when I think about what we have, as opposed to what we wanted to have, what you promised me, what I promised you, what we promised each other, I get very depressed.
I want us. Not fucking kids running around, screaming, constant noise, headaches, nothing's ever clean, pediatricians.
Little League?
Right, stupid Little League.
Which I hate.
Right, which you hate. Macaroni art?
Which is not art.
Right, which is not art.
Which does not deserve to be called art.
Right, and bad marshmallow cereal? Right?
We can't just sell our kids because we're unhappy.
Why not?
There has to be a compromise.
I'm so relieved to hear you say that.
How did all of this spiral out of control?
Well, that's simple. You and Pablo wanted more than what you had.
Excuse me?
I think I may have a very similar story to yours. I grew up with very few things. And like you, I made my way into the world and started earning money and... oh my, the flushness of it. The possibility of it gave me quite a rush. It made me want things even more, especially things that seemed hard to get, like respect.
Ginny, we don't mean to be disrespectful, but we do have a right to build that fence.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Getting combative? I do that too. Tanya, you've worked so hard, and I commend you. And now you feel you've earned the right to want things, but there is a polite way of getting what you want. And creating a brouhaha because you suddenly want a wood fence makes you come across as entitled.
Entitled?
It's your attitude, Tanya. Think of where you came from and look around you. Look at all that you've accomplished.
So we should be relieved and thankful to have gotten this far.
Yes, exactly.
I'm greedy for hoping to get what I paid for. So Virginia, what are you? How did you acquire more land than you originally bought?
As far as I know, it's been this way for a very long time.
And that's the crux of it. You have because you have. Because you're used to it. Stolen goods are not stolen, they are acquired. And the world is already so entrenched in your favor that you don't even need to realize how you benefit from inequity. You are blind to your privilege, and you don't stop unless you're held accountable. You people, you.
What do you mean by you people?
You and Frank.
Do you mean white people?
Do not put words in my mouth.
You are attacking us because we are rich and white. That is classism and racism.
Virginia, the only ism you feel is your own narcissism. How you manage to paint yourself as a victim in all of this is truly a feat of self-delusion. We are the ones who have been cheated, not you.
You are taking land we have nurtured for years.
You know, I came over here to apologize.
I graciously accept your apology.
I don't think I'm giving it to you anymore.
Members of the school board, student judiciary board, parents, and guests, thank you for joining me today for your consideration. Thank you for joining me today in consideration of reinstating the Dead Leaders Club, for taking into consideration. Oh my God, you scared the shit out of me.
You were in the zone. I didn't want to mess you up.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
My shirt smelled like milk.
Cool. I mean, gross. Yeah, change, do your thing. Thanks for coming, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's our club meeting day, right?
Yeah, totally. I wasn't sure if you still wanted to be a part of the club since, you know.
I started working at Cold Stone.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm here and you can turn around now.
So how's scooping? Is it, like, fun?
It sucks.
Well, your arms look fierce.
Yep, I make $6.79 an hour to hate my life and get an arm workout. How's the Dead Leaders Club?
Well, I'm still alive, so it hasn't reached its fullest potential yet.
You're cute. So, who we studying this semester? I vote Charlie Manson.
If we're reinstated.
You mean when we're reinstated?
Exactly, when we're reinstated. We're gonna stick with Pablo Escobar. Part of our presentation is proving we chose him to learn from history and immerse ourselves in Colombian culture.
Do Colombians try to talk to him beyond the grave?
Well, you're here. Sorry,
No, I'm sorry.
No.
I misread the moment.
It's not you, it's me.
I thought you were sending me signals.
Was I? I didn't even realize. I'm not.
Oh. I thought you were.
I mean, it's complicated. I don't know, was I sending you signals?
Yeah, kinda.
I think I'm attracted to power. I accidentally learned to masturbate while Bush 2's "We Got Him" speech was on, so basically I'm fucked.
Yeah, totally.
I know.
You know you can go to therapy for that?
You're right, Cubans don't believe in therapy.
Neither do Republicans.
Who said I'm a Republican?
You've got a McCain sign on your front lawn.
My parents are independents and so am I.
Is that supposed to make you sound smarter than the rest of us?
So what? I'm supposed to vote for the black guy just because he's black and trendy and his face is on all the shirts at Urban Outfitters, and what, put aside the fact that he's basically a socialist?
Maybe this country needs a little socialism so people don't die from shitty health insurance.
Yeah, I bet my Cuban parents would love a little socialism.
You Cuban Republicans make me want to jump off a roof. You guys are like obsessed with Castro, which, like, yeah, obviously he did some fucked up things, but did you forget even JFK was on his side at the beginning? He was like, thumbs up Castro, you do, yeah.
You're oversimplifying.
So?
You can't just cherry pick the facts and use whichever ones support your narrative while ignoring the rest.
Of course I can. That's American politics.
What are you doing?
I have to go. I have to leave. You! I have to leave you.
That's my suitcase.
It is?
You're leaving me with my suitcase? But tomorrow's Yom Kippur. Joel!
I'm not happy.
No one's happy. It's Yom Kippur.
I don't know how to do this. I'm not good at things like this.
Things like what, like leaving me?
Yes.
Good. Well, then don't. Practice a little. Do it later when you're more confident about the move.
Midge.
Joel, please. I don't understand.
Did you ever think you were supposed to be something and then you suddenly realized you're not?
Yes. Married.
Good. That's good. You're good.
Joel, please.
I'm never going to be a professional comedian, Midge. Never.
Well, of course not.
What do you mean, of course not?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
What did you think all those nights at the club were?
I thought they were fun. They were our fun couples thing, like how the Morgenstens play golf, or how the Myers ballroom dance, or the Levins pretend that they're from Warsaw once a week to get that 10% off at that Polish restaurant that has kielbasa nights.
I can't believe this.
I never knew that you were serious about it.
Of course, I was serious, Miriam. What the hell ever made you think I wasn't serious?
For starters, you were doing somebody else's act.
I told you, everybody does that when they start.
If you really wanted to be a professional comedian, you should have written a joke.
I tried with the TED thing.
I wrote the TED thing.
And it bombed.
Because you killed it.
I've been having an affair. It's been going on for months, and I thought it was just a phase, but now...
Who?
Penny.
Your secretary? You're leaving me. For the girl who can't figure out how to sharpen a pencil?
It's not about her, and it was a new sharpener.
It was electric. All she had to do was push.
Don't you understand? I need to start over.
With her. She wins.
This isn't a contest. I just don't want this life. This whole Upper West Side, Classic 6, best seats in Temple.
Wife. 2 kids.
I just don't want it. So, you'll tell your parents for me?
That might be the funniest thing you've ever said.
You know, he was a beautiful turtle.
Thank you.
Do you have something to do with that?
Yeah, I gave birth to him, so... Let's do it. I'm ready to do the burial. Let's do this.
Yeah, I totally agree, but can I just say, can I maybe just like throw out an idea?
Go ahead.
Okay, so like earlier I was gonna suggest that you maybe say some words, and I was thinking at first it would probably be after you buried him, but now I'm thinking that doesn't really make any sense, and you should probably just say words now, like while he's out.
Okay, let's do it. Can you start and I'll just close? I'm just gonna close.
Yeah. Pete, I really wish that I could have known you when you were able to like move around and hang out and stuff. And I can tell Maggie really likes you a ton, so I'm pretty bummed that we never got to be friends, but I'm really, really glad that you were able to be such a good friend to Maggie for so long, because she's pretty awesome. And I feel like you had a lot to do with that, so good job. You did a really good job just being alive and being a friend.
Pete, I have not dealt with as much tragedy and loss as Alex has, so my eulogy is gonna fucking blow comparatively. Yeah. I mean, Alex was right. You were a really good friend. And you were a really great listener. And I really felt like I could cut through all the bullshit with you, which was really nice. And I don't know, it's gonna suck. I know it's gonna suck when I don't know, I know it's gonna suck when
If the lemon comes out, what should I do with it? You don't have to, I'll figure something out. You don't have to think about that right now.
Throw it away.
In the locker room garbage?
I don't put it in a bag, a Ziploc bag.
Oh, do you have a Ziploc
Do I?
bag?
No, I don't have a fucking Ziploc bag.
You didn't bring.
No, I didn't
a
fucking think to bring a Ziploc bag.
I didn't
I'm not
either.
fucking put it in newspaper. I don't know.
But won't people be able to smell it?
Smell it?
Yeah, like rotting flesh. It'll probably smell
I don't know. I've never.
I mean, me neither, obviously.
Put it in the locker.
Okay, but what if someone opens it and...
I don't have a whole kit for this. I don't have a whole fucking kit for this. Like, it's just me. I'm not...
Okay. I'll figure something out.
You don't have to stay.
I know.
No, do you hear me? I'm saying you can fucking go. Esther, I would go if I were you. This is my fucked situation. I deserve this.
I'm not going.
One woman on the internet said that she shat and vomited all over herself while she, like, cried forever.
Okay.
It's gonna be really gross and horrible, and the lemon...
I used to get a ton of nosebleeds.
Great. That's fucking great.
I'm saying that I'm not afraid of shit. I stepped on a rusty nail on a roller coaster, and my dad had to rip it out of my foot while we were, like, in the sky.
I broke both my arms in a car accident when I was 11, and my arms looked like alien arms, and I had to get 2 surgeries, and I bled into my armpits so bad they started to smell like blood, okay? Like old armpity blood.
Okay. I tried to commit suicide last year. Off a roof. Do you want another cookie?
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. That was just very weird.
What do you mean? I told you that I wanted to go.
Okay, fine, but I didn't know you were going.
I just decided today. I wasn't keeping it from you.
You already have a ticket.
I'm sorry.
It's just... Imagine we're at a party and someone asks, what are you doing this summer? And my friends say, oh, we're all going to Alaska for 3 months. And we're leaving in 2 weeks. And then imagine that was the first you'd ever heard of it.
Okay. I told you that I wanted to go to Sweden.
You told me it would be cool to go.
Yeah, and then I got the opportunity to do it, so I decided to go.
I just wish you'd think to tell me.
Well, I just apologized, Danny.
Well, you didn't apologize. You said, I'm sorry, which sounds more like too bad.
Maybe I should just Go home.
I'm just trying to understand.
Well, and I tried apologizing.
I don't need an apology. I just want to talk about it.
I think I should just probably go home.
I am not trying to attack you.
Well, it feels like that.
Well, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I got confused. Come on. Come sit.
I think I'm just gonna leave.
Please. Please, I didn't mean to overreact. Please, I'm sorry. Please.
Hey, okay. Hey, it's okay. I'm sorry too, all right?
I just get tired. Okay, I'm going through all this stuff and I'm dealing with all this panic and I just overreacted. I didn't mean to put pressure on you or accuse you of anything. I just got crazy for a second. I didn't mean to project.
It's okay. I'm sorry too. It's okay. I was gonna ask if you wanted to come with me.
What do you mean?
What I just said?
To Sweden? You don't want me to go.
I just asked
after
you.
I broke down crying.
Well, you ruined the surprise. I wanted it to be romantic.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Rena. Thanks. Too bad your birthday's also the anniversary of Father's death. What? Sad face. I remember that day so well. Do you? I'm talking to you even though I'm staring out the window with a wistful expression on my face. I hate my life too.
Oh, that's not what I said.
Remember they fired rifles over his grave at the cemetery?
Olga.
Anyway, now it's a year later, and if you squint your eyes hard enough, you can almost pretend like Father isn't dead.
Olga.
You looked almost holiday, Rita. You're wearing this cute little white dress, and you just look sick.
Thanks.
And remember what else happened around this time of year?
Olga, don't.
We moved here from Moscow. Remember the other worst day of our lives?
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday.
What the hell are you doing?
Today is my birthday.
Yeah, that's what I said like 2 seconds ago.
And this morning my bedroom was bathed in light and I was just filled with such love.
You're doing that thing where you're trying to convince yourself that you're happy.
And then I remembered Mama. And while we were little, and every year on my birthday she would dress me up in this tiny white dress, and so today I put on this white dress as a tribute to her. And
looks great.
You're not even looking at it.
Looks awesome.
Do you remember that time? Mama and
Jesus Christ, I'm so tired. I work so fucking hard.
Olga, I
get the most killer headaches like all the time.
I was just asking a question.
Oh, I wish I could have gotten married.
Oh,
instead of working my ass off at a school for spoiled bitches, wishing my life would just end every day.
At least you have a job.
Oh, you can get a job too. It's not just some magical thing that just happens to somebody. I would have loved my husband, even if it was also an ugly piece of shit like me.
Hey, you are not that ugly. You have really pretty eyes.
I can't even masturbate anymore.
Oh.
But the only thing that could make any of this better would be
Moscow?
Exactly. Moscow.
Mommy, please. I do not want to go to the ball. My priorities. I promise I'll make it home in time for the fitting. I love... She hung up on me. quiet and solitude finally.
No. We wait till we have 33% of the market share before we even discuss the dividends. Yeah, my analysis of the Dow predicted this correction in the market, okay? So just...
Be careful!
That's a new phone.
My notebook. Look at you wandering around without looking where you're going.
Lying in people's way.
I beg your pardon. I do not know what came over me.
No. The apology's all mine.
You.
This is yours. Your diary.
No, my poetry.
Those words are your poems?
These words are my wings.
May I?
No. Yes.
If only you knew that the wind that whispers by your ear is my desire. A butterfly born from the curve of my hips, rising with the heat of my breast, fluttering toward the light, until she lands a delicate kiss
on the petals that eye your lips.
Did you write this for your love?
No, I have a very active imagination.
May I read another?
Not today. What is your business here in the beautiful, prosperous town of Bella Rica?
I'm here to meet with the head of the highest stakes casino in town. I have a new plan involving online technology that'll generate new revenue streams.
All you need to gamble is greed. And this town has plenty of that already. What people want is money.
People will gamble for a chance at a better life. People will go to a casino and risk everything they have for something they desire. Money, respect. Or if they're like me, love.
You should be careful.
Are you careful?
Not when I allow a man I've never met to touch my palm.
I feel like I know you.
Yes, like I've always known you.
I want to kiss you.
I want you to kiss me too. But not today.
Well, then when?
Next time we meet.
And when will that be?
I bet our paths will cross again.